me your love song. What's taking so long? I don't know where I went wrong. Just sing me a song. 'Cause I'm bleeding hard on my sleeve for you. 'Cause I love you, baby. I love you, baby. On the East Coast, baby, your love is what I know. Got the soul, got the jazz, it's what I boast.
It's all for you. World so blue, now what you wanna do, baby? What you wanna do, baby? It's all for you. A world so blue, now what you wanna do?
Your heart, just give it this part. I got the horns, I got the guitar. Just try to get you in my arms. Wanna be with you forever.
It's all for you. A world so blue, now what you wanna do, baby? What you wanna do, baby? It's all for you. A world so blue, now what you wanna do? What you wanna do?
And that was one song made by the audio production class right next door in the same building. And we're gonna perform to you another one.
Gonna take my horse, go away. I'm gonna ride that poor sucker every single day. I got the law on my tail, got my gun in hand. You know I won't stop until I find my man. I'm falling, no slowing down. My horse is taking me from town to town. Always 2 steps ahead, no turning back. 'Cause the wife I was with, she was such a hack. She took my money, she took my land, and then I found her with another man. I lost my mind, my sight went red when I came to a man and woman would tell. I'm gonna take my horse and get away. I'm gonna ride that poor sucker every single day. I got the law on my tail, got my gun in hand. You know they won't stop until they find my man. 1 shot left, 2 already gone. Not gonna stop until the job is done. Riding during the day, turning the bar at night. When a man comes in and asks for a light, I said, of course, dear sir, let me help you out. I looked up and I wanted to shout, yeah, it's the goddamn sheriff, he's got me now. He's a mean old bastard that looks like a cow. He spoke to me in a voice so sweet. I heard a threat that swept me off of my feet. You should have taken that horse and went away. You should have rode that sucker every single day. I'm the law on your tail, got my gun in hand. You know I won't stop until I find my man. You've crossed the line, you're as good as dead. So meet me outside, man to man and head to head.
And for our last song, we're going to be doing a cover called Jesus of Suburbia.
Welcome to the Never Summer Awards. Who's excited? Can you guys be louder? Show me you're excited. Yeah! You guys ready? All right.
On the sun of right and love, the Jesus of Suburbia, the Bible, running the opera on stage. I am sort of popular, but no one ever died for my sin. As far as I can tell, at least the ones that I got away with. And there's nothing wrong with me. This is how I'm supposed to be. In a land of make-believe, they don't believe in me. Get my television fixed. Sitting on Microsoft fix all that back from all my right and from all the moms and backing away. The falling of the falling tide. So serious to Mary Jane. Getting me insane. I'm doing someone. And there's nothing wrong with me. This is how I'm supposed to be. In the land of make better live. Don't believe in me. say much, but it only confirmed that the center of the earth is the end of the world. Oh, and I could really care less. City of the dead, lost children with dirty faces to red. No one really seems to care. City of the dead, lost children with dirty faces to red. No one really seems to care. I don't care if you don't, I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't, I don't care if you don't, I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you don't, I don't care if you don't, I don't care if you don't care. I care if you don't, I don't care if you don't, I don't care if you don't care. Everyone's so full of it, born and raised by hypocrites. Hearts recycled but never saved, from the cradles to the grave. We are the kids of war and peace, from Anaheim to the Middle East. We are the stories and disciples of the Jesus of suburbia. Land of make-believe, land that don't believe in me. Land of make-believe, land that don't believe. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Dearly beloved, are you listening? I can't remember a word that you were saying. Are we demented or am I disturbed? The space that's in between insane and insecure. Oh, therapy, can you please fill the void? I'm London, or am I just overjoyed? Nobody's perfect and I stand accused, for lack of a better word, and that's my best excuse. To live and not to breathe, to die a tragedy. So I run away to a place where they believe, and I leave behind this hurricane of only lies. Lost my faith to this town that don't exist. So I run away to the lights of masochists, and I leave behind this hurricane of only lies. Lie, walk this line 1,001,000 times, not this time.
feel any shame, I won't apologize when there ain't nowhere you can go. Running away from pain when you've been victimized. Tales from another broken. I believe in hope.
All right, we'd now like to show you just a story of Warren Tech Graphic Design and Never Summer's partnership. This was a video that was created by the video production class here at Warren Tech South.
We do a kickoff meaning that we have the representatives from Never Summer actually come to our classroom. They talk about what they're looking for as far as designs and what they've seen in the past.
You know, if you get a little bit of the wings and stuff cut off on the ends, that's fine.
Mood boards are a way to, collect imagery, patterns, colors, that you think is going to embody what you want this design to turn out to be. I'm seeing beginning sketches and the process, and I'm giving them pointers and fill in the whole space, but having a lot of open areas does help.
I get to see them starting out and what they're thinking about, and they've already got thoughts in their mind what their design's going to be like. After we kind of do our presentation on what the competition entails and everything, we can kind of look at their art and everything that they're doing.
It gives that student that first idea of okay, I can start thinking about what they need to do.
Guys, it's an amazing opportunity for you guys to work on some great stuff. It's also extremely daunting right now too, because you have this huge, giant project in front of you that is not due until January. You have all this pressure. The reason why they're here is because you guys can produce some amazing stuff. And each year I feel like it gets better and better.
Agree.
Early November, we go to the Never Summer factory.
They get to come on a factory tour where they actually can see the entire process of the boards from start to finish. And they get to see where we do the sublimation and the printing for the top sheets of our snowboards. So they get to talk to some of the technicians and see the actual production.
Like I said, I would really encourage you, if you do follow a career in design, understand the print process.
They get an idea how a snowboard's made.
I think Mr. O and Mr. C make it a point to visit the factory because it really inspires people to see that like board finish and printed is honestly a beautiful thing. That's also what really inspired me too, is just like seeing it in person.
All of the people that have to touch the snowboard before it even gets the design on it, you know, to really appreciate that process is, I think, a really unique experience that we get here.
It touches roughly about 42 different hands throughout the entire process.
The tour is very helpful and informational because it gave us like some criteria on how to do our designs and how to make the designs. What inspired me the most was just seeing the arsenal of all the graphics they had on all their boards and just getting a ton of inspiration from that.
When they see how the snowboards are made, it kind of makes more sense about why the design needs to be created in the certain format it is when they actually see the process.
Go in there really showed the whole class how to really take graphic design to the next level.
And they have to learn how to produce something, not just draw it, but actually produce it.
We're over here thinking, oh my gosh, the design and the design and the design, but there's just so much more that goes into what's being represented and who we're making this for.
You know, students really have to think through their process. You know, they work on this they start on it in October and they have until January. In order to come up with a concept that's going to be a strong concept and something that's going to stand out is really difficult for students to do.
Something that's super important about this competition that I learned a lot from is the deadline. We're given 3 months to make this project, and you really have to understand the organization that goes into the project, because it's taking hundreds of hours to make this art piece.
It's really given me the opportunity to explore and learn, especially about like how can I make the composition of the board look satisfying. I'm also building a lot of connections, which is really great.
Last year, I feel like my board had some originality to it, but this year I'm going big or go home, you know, and I'm working on it in better time than I would have last year.
You should be having fun. If you're not having fun, then you got to step back or ask some people and say, what should I do?
I always go through a ton of designs before I end up on the one that I end up submitting. It's a really fun process, just the whole thing. I really like it all.
Being able to improve my skills in art and just having like a creative mind with the snowboard competition.
It's just great to see them be able to express themselves, you know. I think we say this every year, but like I wish I had this in high school, to, you know, to have that ability to express themselves, but also just the professional aspect of it, working with the clients and being able to push themselves, you know, and think in ways that they haven't had to yet.
And then Never Summer actually looks through all of those files and those sales pitches, and then they pick out 20 out of the 80 to 90 students that we have.
That's really hard to do because there's always one I want in there or Whitney wants in there, and we're like, can't we have 25? Why do we have to have just 20? It's a difficult process. We narrow it down to the top 20.
And then those 20 students, then they have about a 5-minute presentation that they have to do in front of Never Summer. So they go in front of Never Summer with their large printout of their snowboard, and they talk about their design, about why they created what they did, what was their motivation behind it, and why they should be picking that design too. That's a very important part about being a designer, isn't just creating the work, it's convincing the client that the work that you created is the right work for them.
When we get to hear their backstory and their process and how much thought that they put into it, you know, it really carries a design forward and resonates with us. I do really like the colors that you used, like the different greens throughout. It's really warm.
This bar you see here is the color palette for most of the graphics that you see throughout the board.
Helps us understand them and why they wanted to create what they did.
Design, I really wanted to put myself in the bindings and see what I was going to be seeing.
I tried to focus a lot on texture in this board, which you can see on the hair, the background, and the daggers.
The wires themselves, I decided I wanted to look dark but have enough contrast against each other so that you can tell that they are wires.
So, first thing that kind of came to mind was roses and butterflies. They are my favorite thing to draw. It was one of the first things I learned how to draw.
And so I ended up with this mountain morning design that was inspired by my original trip to Loveland Ski Resort.
I wanted to make something completely original. I wanted to make something that no one has seen before. And that challenge in itself was the driving aspect behind this design.
The focal point of my piece is a beetle. One of my favorite childhood memories is going in my backyard and collecting bugs and beetles, and it really brings me so much joy because no matter where I go and where I move, I always seem to find them.
I chose to stipple it, so the master copy of this piece took me about over 100 hours or so.
My board carries the idea of a border between worlds, with its name and its story. A fantastical setting in a familiar object.
But overall, I just hope my board brings people to look back at their intertwined lifestyle and see how they can build their cityscape however they want.
Going down the slope, it feels smooth and magical in a way. That's what made me want to do the Leshy.
So purple symbolizes majesty as well, which is another name for this board.
Walks around the planet, finding people who are alone or misguided, so that's why it's in a forest setting.
My favorite kind of art to create is art that conveys a story. Art that communicates emotions that transcend the abilities of words. Art that goes beyond what you see.
I didn't want to do a stereotypical red phoenix, so I did a blue one instead, and that has symbolism towards my story as well.
And I managed to deliver a very colorful and vibrant cyberpunk city that I'm really proud of.
After that, Never Summer determines the top 10 finalists.
Once we get those 10 narrowed down, and that's when Whitney will get everything set to put it on our social media. We opened it up to the world to see, so it brought some of these designs out to our legions of fans across the world to really propel the contest into the next level. All the factory craftsmen and women in the company will go through and pick their favorite. So we'll have a social media favorite, a factory favorite.
So we kind of have two ultimate winners out of those 10.
We have the award ceremony in April at Warren Tech South in the theater. And it's great, it's fun.
So welcome to the 10th Never Summer Student Design Awards. I am Scott Odendahl, one of the instructors of the graphic design program at Warren Tech Central. Thank you for being here today.
I'm Tammy Morton, the technician for the graphic design department.
Thanks, Tammy. I am Pete Kunis, the other graphic design instructor at Warren Tech.
So if I could introduce Whitney Quaid, one of the graphic designers for Never Summer, if she can come up here on stage. Nice round of applause for Whitney. Jeremy Sawyer, the creative director for Never Summer as well. And then finally, Vince Sanders, their chairman of the board, because he likes to shred.
Never Summer Industries, we're honored for this partnership. And I believe this is important for our society to support career and technical education. If I had this opportunity when I was in school, it would have gave me a big head start on what I do here at Never Summer. Once you see the boards, they always look better than the picture. They come out really beautiful. Hope you guys enjoy them, ride them, hang them on a wall.
Are you guys ready? Yes, I think so. It's now time to award our student snowboard designers.
First, we have Estev Macias with her design Blind Justice. Our next winner is Pink Rory Lim with their board Breath of Lao. Next, we have Maya Ross with her board Rosalie. Kai Leanne Tram with her board A Gift for You. Quinn Dickens with his board Suburbia. Next, we have Samantha Tilley with her board Precipice. We have Annika Aikman with her design Fond Memories. Next, we have Kylie Kissinger with her design 24 Roses. We have the factory votes, Tyson Tafoya with his intertwined lifestyle. Lastly, we have, which is the social media favorite, and it's Rose Walter with Sticky Situations.
That moment that we actually get to take the students' actual physical boards with their designs and hand it to them up on stage. This is probably my favorite moment.
Even though it is a competition, everyone's working together, everyone's being so supportive of each other.
It is such a pain deciding which snowboard to go with. I've got so many ideas and I have absolutely no clue which one's gonna end up being the final one.
For being an art kid, you get to work with a company, and you also get experience with that, especially for first years and second years, so you get a taste what the industry is like.
It's amazing seeing all the boards from everybody else coming together. I think it's definitely my favorite part is the creation and being able to show it off to Never Summer.
It's just been great. I've really enjoyed this project.
Seeing them get that experience and the passion and the ability to express themselves and to push themselves, I think is what I love the most.
I think it's such an awesome opportunity, and the people who run Never Summer are such fun, creative individuals.
The opportunities that it's given me is it shows me professionalism, it shows me how I work with clients, and it just shows me the general process of a graphic designer in the industry today.
This is one of the first projects where we can make what we want to make, not what we're told to make.
The fact that it's gonna be on the mountain and these people's art is just gonna be, someone's gonna be enjoying that and appreciating that.
And I leave here and I think multiple times today I've just gotten goosebumps of just the work that they're doing. Just absolutely blown away.
This class has helped me with my drawing skills, with my typography. It's gotten me good in Adobe programs too.
After talking with them, I'm like, wow, this is a really good thing if this is resonating then, 5, 6 years down the line.
And it's been really great, being able to share my art with like-minded people and to share this passion for art and build this really positive, supportive community.
Never Summer has actually just been a wonderful support for the students and their enthusiasm of our program and our school.
We're the only ones that they do it with. So we're very fortunate. Our students are very fortunate.
And then we start all over the next year. So, does that help?
Yes.
Okay. Is that good? Yeah. Okay. All right. You don't need to interview anyone else, right? You're done. No, I'm just kidding.
again. That was last year, and we went through the same process again for this year. So once again, my name is Scott Ondahl. Welcome to the 11th Never Summer Student Design Awards. I'm one of the instructors for the graphic design program here at Warren Tech Central. Thank you very much for being here today.
Hi, thank you, Scott. I'm Tammy Morton, the technician for the graphic design program. I have the opportunity to work with our students over the years, creating many of the marketing materials such as stickers, storefront window graphics, and banners for Never Summer.
Hi, I'm Pete Kunis. Thank you, Tammy. And I am one of the instructors of the graphic design program. And it's great to have everybody here today to celebrate our amazing students. Over the years, we'd like to now introduce, actually, we're going to have Matt Walsh come up. But actually, if we can do the Matt Walsh slide. There you go. But he could not be here today, unfortunately, because he cannot speak. So we're going to have Brock Becker come up and give us a little more information about Warren Tech and the program. Thank you, Brock.
Thank you, Pete. As Pete said, Principal Matt Walsh could not make it today. He could barely speak, so I'm filling in for him. And I too wanted to thank Never Summer for the partnership that they have with our students, with our program, with our school. It's something we value greatly. And I'd also like to thank our families, our counselors, our support staff, all the principals that are in the room today, all the Jeffco executives that have made it out today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support of our students, our school, and our graphic arts program. We couldn't do it without all the support and all the people in the room. So again, thank you for all your support. And I'd like to take a moment and also recognize that this is our 11th year working with Never Summer, which is just amazing. We were just discussing a little bit before the show how 3 or 4 years ago we were out in a parking lot during COVID doing a drive-through awards ceremony, and just how fortunate and lucky we feel to be here in the Warren Tech South Theater, getting to do this same celebration and the same awards in such an awesome venue with live music. I just want to commend the live music again. That was amazing. Reminded me a little bit of music that I listened to growing up, so I really enjoyed it. But anyway, and also I want to recognize that this is our 50th year at Warren Tech. This is our 50th anniversary year, and we have been doing this a long time at Warren Tech, and Jefferson County has been such a huge support to our school and to our students, our community, and we're really blessed to be here at Warren Tech getting to celebrate 50 years. I don't know if there's another slide that's going to show a little bit more of Warren Tech's history. There we go. As you can see up there, we've been at it since 1973. Pi Warren, our founder, wanted to see his quote in our school says, "Better that skilled hands do it." And he was a big believer in having our students actually do the work, and that's where real learning happens. Warren Tech is a premier career tech education school in Colorado. As you saw on the slides, since 1973, we've been providing students at Jeffco for a 21st century workforce readiness experience. It's just an amazing place for our students. And mostly what I want to recognize here is our graphic design program. What an amazing program Pete, Scott, and Tammy have. Let's give them a round of applause. They've been providing our students with real world experiences, workforce readiness skills, and I just want to give them a special shout out that last night they were awarded with the Jeffco Thrives Award by our district for their excellent years of service, the way that they service our students and our community, and it's a really big award and recognition for them. Let's give them a round of applause for that too. And lastly, just, Warren Tech, we have over 35 programs, 22 at Warren Tech Central, 7 here at South, and 7 at our North campus. It's just an amazing place for our students, and we are so thankful again for all the support that Jeffco gives us. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Brock. Really appreciate it. We'd like to now introduce you to the representatives of Never Summer. If we could have the representatives of Never Summer come up as they're called. Whitney Quaid, she's the graphic designer for Never Summer. Jeremy Sawyer, who's the creative director. And you saw me do it on the movie, but here's Vince Sanders, the chairman of the board, because he likes to shred.
Hey, we're so glad to be here. This is awesome. The band was killer. I think they named themselves Always Winner. So look for shows in the future from them. Thank you, Scott. As we celebrate anniversaries, Never Summer recently celebrated our 33rd anniversary. The idea for Never Summer was started by 2 brothers in 1983. They built boards pretty much in their high school wood shop and grandparents' barn. And for 10 years, after Warren Tech was opened their doors in '73. Tim and Tracy have a good, really passion for our state of Colorado and obviously snowboarding, but they also have a passion for today's youth and everything you're doing here at Warren Tech. So we want to play a video from Tracy that goes into a little bit about the history of Never Summer and snowboarding in Colorado.
Well, it started in a garage. My brother and I were avid skiers when we were little kids. And a friend of mine's older brother took us snowboarding to Berthoud Pass back in late 1982. And first time I did it, I was hooked. Because when we were kids growing up in Colorado, we'd go visit our relatives out in California, and we'd go to the beach. And obviously, when you're a little kid and you see surfers, you're like, man, I want to do that someday. Well, living in Colorado, I guess the next best thing is to surf snow. And so the snowboards at that time, you had Burton and Sims and Barfoot and a couple of other brands, and most of the snowboards back in the early 80s looked like surfboards. And you were basically going to the backcountry, whether it was Berthoud Pass or Loveland Pass. And so we went up to Loveland Pass back in late 82, and then Berthoud Pass that same day. I'm talking about the first day I ever snowboarded, and I was just hooked. Being a skier, going to the backcountry, and I was never, when I was a kid, I wasn't that good of a backcountry skier. I was more into just going fast, but being able to go in the trees and in deep powder with a snowboard, there's no other feeling. And so we were hooked. And the snowboards were pretty simple back then, basically horizontal lamb plywood. And my brother and I were pretty good, building forts when we were kids. So we're like, hey man, we can build some snowboards. So we started building snowboards, and we started a company with a friend, Scott Rolfs, and it was called Swift Snowboards. And we did that from 1983 to 1986. Did that for 3 years, realized that I'm not going to make a lot of money with snowboards without being so young, not having a college education. I'm like, man, I got to go to college. So I went to CSU. My brother went to CSU. We ended up moving out to California in the mid to late 80s. And he lived up in Huntington Beach. I lived in San Diego. We enjoyed surfing, but we missed snowboarding. So we started to go snowboarding in the late 80s up at Snow Summit in Big Bear, and fell in love with snowboarding again, and wanted to go to Colorado because, better snow. And so came back home in 1990, and started Never Summer in 1991. So we met this guy, Steve Link, who is the stunt double for Tom Sims in the movie View to a Kill. You remember that James Bond movie? Okay.
Absolutely. That's what brought snowboarding to
Yeah,
the world.
so Steve Link had a company called Summit Snowboards up in Summit County. And he had a small little factory there, and we got to know Steve, and we said, hey, listen, can we help you out with rent and build some snowboards like we used to back in the early 80s using some of your equipment. He had a old hydraulic press, and he said sure. So we started building prototypes, and we developed this P-TEC sidewall that went around the perimeter of the snowboard, and it added another level of protection. And at that time, snow
of the sport, huh? Yeah, again, thank you all for coming. On the behalf of Never Summer Industries, we are honored to be a partner with Warren Tech in this program. 11 years ago, when me and Mr. Kunis started this, I didn't think it would progress to this, you know, and this year's designs are so amazing. Congrats to you guys, the top 10. It was so hard to narrow it down to this 10. We actually had to add a Artist Achievement Award. So we got another special board that we built. So you get to see that. And there was so many other students' designs that were also impressive. I hope you all have a chance to look out on the wall outside and see all the designs and the stories, because there was some equally strong designs for sure. So to further narrow it down to top 10 is even more difficult. Each of the top 20's presentations were on their inspiration and process, and stories of their designs were so heartfelt and inspirational and fascinating. It's amazing to hear each one of those for sure. This is a great program and an opportunity. We rarely do custom boards at all. You know, it's usually a 100-piece minimum. So to get your design on a snowboard is pretty special. But the biggest opportunity you guys had was attending Warren Tech. It's given you a head start with furthering your education, careers, and in life in general. You have gained connections with like-minded people and had the benefit of exceptional staff and teachers. I've had former students tell me that Warren Tech and its teachers were some of the most influential things in their lives, and I hear that every time I see one of the alumni from this program, whether they made the top 10 or not. They always tell me that, and it makes me feel good to be a part of that. And it never ceases to amaze me the excellence of each and every program at Warren Tech, each campus. All the teachers and faculty are exceptional, and you guys are fortunate to be a part of that. Never Summer and myself, I'm a resident of Jefferson County, and I grew up here, are proud to be a part of Warren Tech. For sure. And to close, I would like to thank our creative director, Jeremy, and our assistant creative director, Whitney, for all the time they spent helping the students in this program. It was without them, I couldn't do this for sure. And mainly, I want to thank too our production manager, Jared White, and all our factory craftspeople, because it took a lot of work and a lot of hands went into making these boards. It's hard to imagine that they could look better, but seeing the boards in person, they really do. So I'm really excited to give you guys your boards and so you can see them yourselves. So thanks again for coming.
Thank you, Vince. Graphic design program here at Warren Tech has built many partnerships over the years in and outside of Jefferson County to create real-world assignments for our students, just like working with Never Summer. They enjoy the ability to create work that is more than just a class project, but an actual design piece that has real-world applications and also used by the client. One of these partners that works with us for the past 11 years is Never Summer. Our students work on design projects over the school year to produce marketing materials for them. This includes stickers, banners, window graphics for individual snowboard shops, and many other products that Never Summer puts in use for their clients and even events nationwide. All of our students will put their snowboard designs into their portfolios and websites as a real-world project in preparation for their upcoming industry interviews at the end of the semester at Red Rocks Community College.
I'm going to use my glasses this time so I don't miss anything. Never Summer has also worked with us to create a design competition for our students that has evolved into what you see today up here and, like Vince said, out there. Some pretty amazing pieces. Recently, we added Cintiq drawing tablets and iPad Pros with Procreate to the program. So especially once those came in, and some students already knew how to use them, some students just picked them up and ran with them. I think the bar has been raised, and we're up to an epic scale on this, more so than we have been in the past. Every year, it does get better and better. Here's the brief timeline. Late October, Never Summer visits our program. We kicked off a design competition like you got to see. We went over the guidelines, possible inspiration sources, and the Never Summer contact info. Students could directly contact Never Summer at any time during the process for feedback and suggestions. Designs were due before winter break. After break, adjustments were discussed, finalized for delivery to Never Summer in early January. Out of more than 80 total designs, Never Summer chose 20 finalists for in-person presentations back on February 13th. Afterwards, Never Summer chose the top 10 and announced the contest on Facebook and Instagram, directing people to vote on Instagram. They were then voted on by people from all over the world. This year, over half of the designs had more than 1,000 votes. The popular design received 2,119 votes. These top designs were then produced into snowboards for those students. 2 top designs were determined by the popular vote on social media and the factory favorite design that was chosen by Never Summer employees. Additionally, Never Summer added a special award this year to an 11th design, and this student will also get an award.
Students will be receiving snowboards with their own designs on them as awards. Never Summer also provides us with additional snowboards with our student designs to support our program. It's way better than selling cookies. Proceeds from the sale of these snowboards go back into the program and help maintain existing equipment and purchase new equipment and supplies. These extra snowboards with our student designs will be sold by the graphic design program here at Warren Tech. Please help support our program by purchasing a new Never Summer snowboard with our student designs.
We'd like to thank the following people: Brandon McDaniel, facility manager, and his crew for Warren Tech South. Ron Gordon and the audio music production students. Drake Watkins in the back and his live sound and event production students. You guys are awesome. Lauren Tout, the resort and event management instructor, and her students. DJ Rochelle, our IT guru, and Dennis Liu for their patience with all of our requests that we have every year, every month at Warren Tech. Sarah Washington, our learning specialist. Roy Ralston, our counselor. And John Link, our English content specialist. We'd like to thank John White, the instructor of the video production program, and his students for streaming, documenting, and recording this event. In particular, we'd like to thank Ella Aranjo and Morgan Sullivan for creating the video that we just got to see, the whole experience kind of nicely presented, and a polite golf clap for those guys right now, because they spent last year making it, and we're very, very happy with how it came out. We'd like to thank Eric Stout, our associate principal, for our program. He supported our program and partnerships to help us empower student learning. To Matt Walsh and to Brock Becker, always great supporters of the program, who shared our vision and helped us get to this point where we are today, also with our equipment and what we're able to offer students every year. And once again, if they didn't believe in us, we wouldn't be up here, we wouldn't be able to do all this. All right.
Okay, it is time to award our student snowboard designers. Students, as your name is called, go up the stairs. Don't trip. On the center of the stage to receive your award. We will ask that you'll say a few words about your design at this time. Then afterwards, please go to the right of the stage and stand on one of the X's off stage. After all the students have received their snowboards, we'll have all the winners return back to the stage for a final round of applause and pictures. Of course, friends and family of award winners can come up to the stage at any time to take pictures. Don't forget, student award winners, stop, smile, and look at the camera, okay? Okay, are we ready? Yeah. What? Are we ready? Yeah. All right, Never Summer is going to come up here. I think we're going to have a microphone over here as well for them to hand out the snowboards and stuff like that to students. And then we'll be able to do that as well.
All right, are you ready? Our first winner is Victor Santos with Missing. This is the Artist Achievement Award. Congrats, Victor.
I would like to thank Never Summer and like Warren Tech and my parents in general for like having this opportunity for us. The idea of snowboarding terrifies me. I will probably never do it, but that's what really inspired this design of just like the horror aspects of some scary sports, and it was really fun to work on it, and thank you.
All right, next we have Ben Brown with Abra Cat Dabra.
Alright, hi everyone. This is pretty horrifying scary, but you know, woo, yippee. Okay, so I'm Ben, and this is my board, Abracadabra. It was a pretty insane design to make, actually. My main inspiration was vintage Halloween decorations and American traditional, like, tattoo. And so how do those things go together? Well, you know, I made them go together. I forced them together, okay? I did this all traditionally. I did this with pen and ink, which is my favorite medium, and I colored it in Photoshop, and originally it wasn't supposed to be purple, and then I decided I don't work with purple, I should do that, and so that's why it's purple, and I think it came out very cool, and I'm very excited to have it as an actual snowboard, and yeah, thank you so much.
All right, next we have Clara Olson with Raven Tresses.
I would stutter. That's okay. Hi, I'm Clara Olson, and I created Raven Tresses. I'd like to start by thanking Never Summer for the opportunity to create in such a unique, once-in-a-lifetime way. I also wanted to thank my parents for sending me to Warren Tech and for supporting my artwork for 17 years. Raven Tresses represents finding your true, unapologetic self, and I'd like to say I found mine at Warren Tech. Thank you.
All right, let's give a hand for Adam Kerwin with Coloring Book.
it would. Just want to say thank you so much to my family, my parents for supporting my interest in art, for sending me to Warren Tech. Thank you so much to Never Summer for giving me this really cool opportunity. I had a lot of fun making this board, just doodling, coming up with different objects and concepts and throwing them all together into this. Thank you very much.
All right, next we have Haiti Mendez with Eternal Vortex.
I'd like to thank everyone that's ever supported me through my art journey. I'd like to thank Never Summer for the opportunity. This is basically just, sorry, I'm nervous. It was really a great opportunity for me to show how much I've improved in my art. That's pretty much it. Sorry.
All right, let's hear it for our next winner, Alyssa Trujillo with Opulent Overture.
This snowboard, oh my gosh, wait, I'm really proud of it. I want to thank Never Summer and my parents for like the opportunity and for supporting me. The idea behind my snowboard was basically like the Art Nouveau style. I chose that because that's kind of the style that made me want to go into the art field, and so this is kind of like an homage to that, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. Thank you.
All right, Morgan Sullivan, come on up, and her design, Whispering Aspens.
So this is really, really cool to see it in an actual physical board. So huge thank you to Never Summer because this has been a really, really awesome opportunity. Huge thank you to my parents because they've really supported me in all this. And Mr. O and Mr. C because they were a huge help with this. Mr. C actually recommended that I kind of challenge myself by using negative space, which is not something that I normally do. And I combined that with my love of watercolor and the forest with this board. Thank you.
All right, next we have Fiona Goebel from Golden High School with Troubled Bones.
All right, I'd like to thank Never Summer for the snowboard and giving me this awesome opportunity, and I'd like to thank my parents for teaching me how to snowboard and just culturing me in cool art. And yeah, this is Troubled Bones. It was inspired by like one of my favorite bands, Baroness, so I just wanted to create something that represents how that song, one of their songs makes me feel. Okay.
All right, next is Bella Menges with Don't Dwell on Ghost Towns.
Oh wow, that looks really good. Thank you so much, first of all, to Never Summer. This opportunity has been like amazing. It's been so fun. And I want to say thank you to all of our teachers at Warren Tech and all of the amazing friends who I've made. You guys have really like made my year, and I love all of you. I did this board based on ghost towns and cowboys because that's what I've always wanted to be as a cowboy. I think I actually probably have some horse dirt on these jeans right now. So really representing. I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported me, and this was a really great experience. Thank you so much.
Okay, the next we have the factory favorite, and we have some additional gifts for them as well. It's Adeline Westfall with Fenrir the Wolf.
I am speechless. Thank you so much, Never Summer, and thank you to my instructors that helped me throughout everything, including Photoshop crashing on me 5 times. Thank you to my parents for supporting me throughout my entire art journey and my dreams, and thank you to my friends for being there for me when with my design and everything when I'm throwing random ideas at everyone. I wanted to make a board that everyone could enjoy, and it didn't really matter whether or not you knew the story behind it or not. And yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, now it's time for the popular vote. Maya Ross, Eyes Without a Face.
Oh my goodness, this looks so good in person. Okay, I'd like to say thank you to Never Summer for this opportunity 2 years in a row. I am so grateful. This is definitely the highlight of my year, every year. I love this program. I love my teachers. I love my friends. And I really love my parents. I think that I wouldn't be here without them. They made a lot of sacrifices to get me down to Warren Tech. They make a lot of sacrifices to send me to the schools, to put me out there. And yeah, I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. My dad taught me how to ski. My dad taught me how to snowboard. And he is one of the greatest athletes I've ever known, and this board is inspired by him. So this one goes to you, Dad. Can't wait to see you shred on it. Thank you, guys.
That was awesome.
Round of applause for all of our winners. Guys, come back up on stage. Parents, if you want to come up front and start taking some pictures and things like that, that is great. We'd like to just congratulate all of our winners, and we're going to start again next year. Please be sure to enjoy the rest of the refreshments outside, those cookies, where you don't need to be taking them home, so make sure you eat them all. Congratulations again to our winners. Come on, John.